Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Audra Lamoon. Audra Lamoon is a skilled consultant, corporate trainer, and experientialist with over 30 years experience in hospitality. A former stewardess, she is passionate about iconic experience, shaping and delivering learning and development, and communication solutions that have truly transformational impact on organizations and people. Her mission is bringing people, property, and service together, and she does it through fun. Well, good afternoon, Audra. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. It's very exciting.
It is very exciting. I appreciate you taking the time. I know we're many hours and time zones apart. You're in the UK, in England. Yeah. So I appreciate you making the time today. This is so awesome. I love traversing the world and meeting new people. And obviously, it's a special treat for me when I get to leave the continental U.S. to go visit other countries virtually. So thank you. So Audra, we're going to jump right into the questions here. Let's talk about your career in hospitality, corporate training. You're a senior executive and now the founding partner of Livewire Performance. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Yeah, sure. Well, I would say first off, persistence and tenacity. I think they've been my greatest friends. I had to learn the hard way a lot of the time, but I would definitely say sticking to what you know and being persistent with it, not in a sort of a stalker sense, of course, but I think that's really kept me going. And I started off as an incredibly terrible hostess, actually. I was really bad. I was bloody awful, actually. You would not want me serving you on a flight. So quite how I've ended up in the hospitality world, I don't know, but to be fair to me, it was more the rough air that was my enemy, not the actual act of hospitality. So I've kind of done a full circle and I get it now, you know.
That's awesome. And I like to hear stories of how people have traversed, or learned or something that they experienced in their life made an incredible change and really made them who they are today. So thank you for sharing that. And Audra, your approach to learning and training is a bit unconventional, yet very interactive. Tell us a bit more how Livewire Performance provides world-class e-learning for individuals and teams focused on critical areas of human growth.
Yeah, so we do a lot of live classes and Zoom classes, obviously, since COVID, and it's always been extremely interactive, lots of fun. I have a very, very short attention span, incredibly short. So I design courses and interactions events that I couldn't possibly get fed up with. That's the main idea. So short bursts of energy and fun and reflection, that kind of thing. So we wanted to do the same thing for the online learning arm of the business, which is yet to be launched. So very exciting because we're close to those stages. And of course, we've got the Zoom has been doing incredibly well since COVID and changed the way we've done learning and development because people don't want to be in a class all day long. And I don't blame them, if I'm honest, right? I would rather do it in short bursts and then come back later to a subject. So we've really taken the lessons from COVID and now put them back into live classes, which are shorter, and also the online learning. So that's going to be 20 minutes of fun and theory and reflection, that you can go back into, tap into. So when we do launch that, people are going to be able to cram in much more learning and use it as refreshers, that kind of thing. So I think that's going to be a little bit, it's going to be fun for people, but also more refreshing, so that's the idea.
Thank you for sharing. And I know there's been a lot of challenges over the last couple of years with the pandemic, but now I think we've learned, gosh, we can do both, or we can do a hybrid or some sort of a mix there. So I appreciate the share. And I love how you have a lot of fun with these things. So that's awesome. And that's what people look forward to. So Audra, we're a technology publication platform. We focus on emerging technologies. And we want to ask today, are you leveraging any new or emerging tech in your business? And if not, maybe you found a cool tool or app you could share with us maybe today.
Well, I have to tell you, right, I actually repelled technology and all of my team will tell you that. So when COVID came, I was in a right panic. Nobody else was because they all thought we should have done online learning anyway. I was the only one in a complete panic. So I had to face my fear. And there's a great book actually that helps you face your fears, whatever stage of life you're in. Dr. Susan Jeffers is Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And that book not only did it help me set up my business when I was a youngster in the city, it actually, I had to reread it again to face my fears with tech. But building the online learning platform, that was good for me, because although I'm a creative, I needed to understand how things work. So although I couldn't tell you what the technology was, all I remember is Moodle was our friend. And the other guys in the team, they were the ones that were learning how to author all the content. So after that, I got a little bit of I wouldn't say a penchant for tech, because I didn't. I just thought I'd just go over it and thought, thank God for that. The next thing we needed to do was to get into digital reporting, because I was old school and we were doing reports and mystery shopping reports and learning and development reports through the old-fashioned way of PowerPoint, and it was driving everybody insane. But because they love the content, people were more forgiving. But we now have built our own platform for mystery shopping for companies and clients. And that has been a game changer for me, because it saved so much time. It looks amazing. I'm not faddling around for hours on end, because everything's just and that has been fabulous. So we're now looking at how we can leverage that and do more versions of the same thing. And so I'm creeping in slowly but surely, but I've always, I've sort of said that, technology is there to support the events we do, because I think people always want people. And so the technology is so amazing. It can make everybody's lives so much easier. But I never really want to replace that personal touch that we bring with our clients. But I do absolutely get and understand where that hybrid that you were talking of really comes into play. So thank God for tech. Thank God for the book. And and thank God for the different ways I can do it now. So I'm always on the lookout for technology that's easy, because I am an idiot. And if I can understand it, then anybody can, if that helps.
Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, we should never get away from the personal touch. I think we need to leverage technology when we can, and obviously continue to make that connection with people. That is so important. So I appreciate your insights and how you are managing the tech and the people side of things. So thank you. And Audra, last question of the day. Can you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in hospitality or entrepreneurship?
Yeah, it's such a wide subject, isn't it? But I think that people should really love what they do, right? So if they're branching out into this industry, I always say stay in your genius zone. Right? Don't try and be all things to all people, and never compare yourself with anybody else. I learned that halfway through my career, and there's amazing saying that comparison is a thief of joy. And when I sort of understood what that meant, that sort of like the emancipation of Audra, if you like, I was like, oh my God, thank God for that. I can forget worrying about what other people are doing. So by forgetting that and being in your genius zone, and then just keep doing it, duplicating that success has always been I think really good advice for me and anyone starting up in business. And with with hospitality in particular, especially with the labour shortage and with what's going on in the world, we really resorted to hiring will over skill. That was sort of a concept years ago when you had choice. But when you don't have choice, I would say if you find people that want to serve, they are gold dust. They are like gold dust. So I always have said hire will over skill in hospitality, because they are going to be your little gems. They're going to you can teach them anything, but the will to serve has to come naturally, I would say. And if you're growing teams, make sure you listen to your teams and get the feedback from your teams, because they are with the customers all the time and they know what works and what doesn't work. And that's just so important. And that's so good for their growth, their engagement and their happiness. Because if you've got happy teams, you've got happy customers, right? So that for me, there would be the key things if you're in a business or growing a business in hospitality. So I hope that really helps. That's the more emotional, fluffy stuff, isn't it?
No, I love that. Again, this goes back to that personal human touch, right? If you have someone that's got the initiative, the drive, as you say, they are the gold dust. You can really teach them anything. So we appreciate those gems you're sharing with us today, Audra. And Audra, last thing, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Me too. Thank you so much, and happy Christmas.
Bye for now.